any of the great works which we will call monumental works, they are in themselves not sacred. If the term sacred is appended to the work, that must be the person's own sacred. It is not that the monument is sacred, it is the more we understand about the monument, the more we will understand about ourselves, because we have very similar mind to that kind of mind which brought the monument into fruition. The aspect of the recovery of the information is more in keeping with getting in touch with the sacred aspects of the work. They are not real. The meaning cannot be put into an object. The meaning is only conveyed by the association of the categories of line, angle, surface, volume, position on the earth. These are elements which, when they are associated together, give rise to a single idea, such that we can say the reading of the work is to read the mind of the person who created that work and receive the singularity of idea. The aspect of the sacred actually at the bottom is truly communication. It is communication which is sacred. And the levels of communication are, of course, those from within, as when we get a new idea from our past history, and an idea that is precipitated by looking at a work. We do this when we look at great works of art. Here, the Washington Monument as icon is the expression of a total idea. It is not sacred, but the communication system that it can evoke within us can precipitate what we might say is the sacred. And that is, first of all, that there is an overall and overriding unity to the whole work. This is very close to what we would call the sacred. It is unifying, not only in itself, but to and for us. We are unified when we see a great work. It comes on the moment of our awe, which is generally expressed as the indrawn breath and even a sound. Oh. So we are looking for the creation, if possible, within the perceiving individual of the experience, which then becomes very close to the sacred. Certainly, the element of what we're calling the sacred, at its foundation, can only be indicated. I use the word foundation in the sense of a start or a base. When we approach, as we have as tourists, many of the great monuments in the world, Stonehenge, the pyramids, models in Europe and England, Wales, stones out in the field, the element of the sacred is that there is a direct link. It is a timeless link between the person who is observing the work and the object as communication from the person who made it. The sacred cannot be in the world, but what can be something that's very wonderful about the aspect of communication is the mind of the creator of the work can come through the work if it's done in an appropriate manner. It must be simple and certainly elegant, and it must command us. If people are open, you must come to the work open-minded and not have preconceived notion, and then it might happen that there's a message that comes through. The message is in you, was always in you, and now it is discovered in you through the work itself, in its form and measure. This monument was created not only as an honor to our first president, George Washington, but also as an honor to the intelligence that this nation hoped that it could achieve, and from the model of the Washington Monument to exercise into its commerce, its judiciary processes, its legislative process, the function of the government related to the citizen, that here was an icon in which the citizen, as participant, in some manner or form is going to come to know about his responsibilities as a citizen. Now, the object of the Washington Monument has a responsibility in itself in that it is accurate. I can point to a single point at the top or on the side of the little pyramidion on top or the side of the monument or the base measure. I can point to any one of these things, and they are all, in a sense, confirming that it is an object which is self-identical. The identicality comes from the merging of categories, and those categories would be line, angle, plane, volume, form, as in the pyramid on top, and as in the capstone. All of these single elements, any one of them is an identification, fact or factor, of the completeness and the solidarity of the Washington Monument. These words are not foreign to us because we have them in our coinage. E pluribus unum, the one from the many. And to take that into the notion of a very high level of intuition available to the citizen is that the citizen is vital. In the case of young children, we teach them, even you could be president of this country. And also that the citizen possesses within themselves the potential to be a true citizen. And we could examine those notions in another time. The Washington Monument, though, would stand for us as a model of what we're trying to affirm is what is it to be a true whatever, a true citizen, a true monument, a true work of art, a true statement, a true philosophy. That is what the Washington Monument can direct us to.